Semperit. You can't cut corners in the Alps.
It's feared an unknown Palestinian group is holding a Briton missing in Beirut. The Cells of Armed Struggle says it wants the release of Palestinians held in Britain for the murder of the cartoonist Ali Adami 2 years ago. The missing person, Jack Mann, is 74 and has been living in Lebanon for 50 years. Both he and his wife felt they were too old to be of use as hostages. He left for a routine trip to the bank and hasn't been seen since. Police in London are questioning 2 men after a firebomb was thrown through the window of a Penguin bookshop. Scotland Yard says they're not ruling out a connection with the row over Salman Rushdie's book, The Satanic Verses, published by Penguin. The shop in the King's Road, Chelsea, was slightly damaged by fire. The former Defence Secretary, Michael Heseltine, has called on the government to boost its commitment to Europe. He said Britain could not fight for its interests from the touchlines of history and criticised those who, he said, were not sufficiently aware of its importance.
I hear people talk as though Britain was outside the community, as though we had never signed the Single European Act, sent no civil servants from Whitehall to Brussels, and had no responsibility for what is happening in our name, with our money, to our country. That is the blindest of attitudes.
Dr. David Owen's SDP says their membership has fallen from 30,000 to 11,000 following the acrimony with the SLD. In future, the party will fight on what it calls a selective campaigning basis until the next election. America's President Bush has called for Panama's ruler General Noriega to be overthrown. He said the Panamanian people and their defense forces should do everything to get him out of office. Meanwhile, plane loads of extra American troops ordered into Panama by Mr. Bush have been arriving at Howard Air Force Base. Football, and Liverpool are closing the gap on Arsenal. They beat Wimbledon 2-1, while Arsenal lost 2-1 to Derby. Liverpool clinched their game with 2 second-half goals, this run from Barnes providing the winner. They're now just 2 points behind Arsenal with a game in hand. We'll be back with the main news at 5 o'clock.